Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I think everybody would love to know when Zombies 5 is coming out. I think it is really cool how you guys are going on YouTube and you're simply YouTubing when is Zombies 5 coming out. So because you guys want to know the answer to this question, if you give me a chance over the next 20 minutes, I'll do my best to break it down and offer you an analogy unlike anybody else ever can about Descendants of Zombies for you guys, because you guys have deserved far better in the way of reviews when it comes to Descendants of Zombies for a very long time. I know because I've seen them all. I've seen and I've heard it all when it comes to Descendants of Zombies, and everybody's opinion about Descendants of Zombies seems to make no sense whatsoever. So if you pay attention to the release windows of Zombies movies in the past, Zombies came out in 2018, and then Zombies 2 came out in 2020. Zombies 3 came out in 2022. The reason for the gap in between the release of Zombies 3 and Zombies 4 was because of the development of a script and a budget being dropped for Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, because of course they shot this one in New Zealand, and it was an incredible opportunity for major exposure for people like Meg Donnelly and Mala Manheim to introduce us to new characters like Malachi Burton and Freya Sky's characters Victor and Nova, who, guys, I gotta admit, I fell in love with very quickly, and I knew they had a bright future in store for them when it came to future stars of Disney Channel and Disney Plus. Their stars had never shone brighter than ever before, and I'll tell you why their stars have never shone brighter than ever before, because of each and every one of you. God, you guys love Freya Sky and Malachi Burton so much. So because you guys love Freya Sky and Malachi Burton so much, you guys have deserved far better reviews of these two stars and this power couple than ever before. And I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you guys, because I've never seen thousands of people feel so passionate about something quite like Descendants of Zombies. And you guys, if anything, deserve to have all of your questions answered when it comes to Descendants of Zombies. We know Descendants 5 with Wonderland is going to be happening sometime between now and July 2026, with an unofficial date having been predicted. We just want to know when Zombies 5 is going to happen. And I really wish I had the answers to these questions. The best that I can do for each and every one of you is kind of break down what I think is going to happen in this franchise. Obviously, it's going to have something to do with the two different groups, the Daywalkers and the Vampires, and that's going to introduce a very interesting storyline that has never been seen before, along with what's going to be revealed to have been inside of this vortex. Now, conveniently enough, I'm the only guy on YouTube who is crazy enough to voluntarily volunteer to jump inside of this vortex to uncover the mystery behind it. Because I think it would be really cool to jump inside of a vortex and uncover the mystery behind it, because nobody knows what's inside of this thing. We're just predicting mermaids, we're predicting pirates, we're predicting everything that goes along with it, from witches to trolls to goblins. It's really cool, and I find it really sweet how you guys have all these predictions about zombies, because I would go for anything up to this point being inside of this vortex. Now, we know vortexes usually are associated with doom and the end of time, and what's inside of this vortex could kill me. But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to have to be Jonathan Clarke. So I would love to go out in a speedboat with Freya Sky and Malachi Burton and say, stand back, guys. I'm going to jump inside of this thing, come back for me when it's all over, if I live to tell about it. And it would be kind of fun. And I've always wanted to live the Tom Cruise kind of life, so yeah, I'm probably the only one crazy enough to want to jump inside of this thing to uncover what's inside of this vortex. But one thing that's going to happen in Zombies 5 is we're going to see what's revealed to be inside of this vortex, which will present far more innovative storylines than ever before. But the thing you got to think about is, in just under 90 minutes, the movie was 87 minutes, Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires was. So do you really think that a story was told and completed when it came to Victor and Nova? There is so much of a story left to be told and to be discovered about Victor and Nova. And that's the one thing that I'm incredibly excited about. And that's what makes me such a huge fan of Descendants of Zombies, is because there's so much of a story left to be told and to be discovered. And I'm just excited to be a part of it. I look forward to the summer of 2026, because we're going to see the premiere of Descendants 5 with Wonderland, and the internet's going to blow up with reviews. It's going to blow up with YouTube videos. And that's where my heart goes out to each and every one of you, because a lot of these videos are made up of AI, and having a video comprised of AI is pretty much a bunch of nonsense, which is giving you false hope for the futures of Descendants of Zombies. But rest assured, guys, there is a future for Descendants of Zombies, and I'm going to be here to help you break down and help you make sense of everything going on with Descendants 5 with Wonderland. Because to be honest with each and every one of you, I was a fan of Descendants: The Rise of Red, regardless of how every other critic on YouTube felt about it, because, as it's been said many times over the years, everybody is a critic. And what I mean by everybody is a critic Everybody feels they're entitled to their opinion about Descendants of Zombies, and while that may be true, I think the opinions of the fans are opinions that should have been taken into consideration long before now. Because you guys are the most supportive fans in the world. You believe in Descendants of Zombies so much. So if you think something's going to happen in Descendants of Zombies, then so it should. And so it should be. I think if Disney paid more attention to each and every one of you and listened to each and every one of you, we would see far more innovative storylines, and we would be given more of a reason than ever before to fall in love with these franchises all over again. I first watched Descendants when I was 25 years old, and that feels like forever ago. But I not only had the chance of talking about Descendants of Zombies through the power of YouTube, I had the honor of meeting so many wonderful fans who felt inspired by Descendants of Zombies. So it all started with a dream that your heart made. And because it all started with a dream that your heart made, I think you should continue to believe in whatever your heart is telling you is going to happen for Zombies 5. Because the prediction that I just gave about the confliction between the Daywalkers and the vampires may not even be what the storyline presents us with. It could just be a more romantic storyline between Victor and Nova because we have yet to see them kiss. Now, the reason behind why they didn't kiss in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires is simply this. He's 18, she's 16 years old. There's a big age gap. So because there's a huge age gap, Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim originally had scheduled for them to kiss in the movie in one specific scene, but they cut it out of it because they want to wait on this. So because they want to wait on this when it eventually happens, because you better believe me it will, when it eventually happens, it will be a meaningful scene, and it will be something we have been waiting on for what feels like forever up to that point. Because many of us will be teenagers, we'll have a greater appreciation for zombies, we'll think it's so cool, we'll love them to death, and because we'll love them to death, this will be a moment that we've been waiting on for forever, but this will make this moment that much more special. You know, I remember years ago when I was a huge fan of Aladdin, and I saw Jasmine and Aladdin kiss on the magic carpet ride, and I heard that performance of Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson. And I remember all the profiling of Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey's marriage, and I thought they were so fitting together. They looked beautiful together, and I thought their marriage was going to last for forever. There were so many moments that I saw from Disney that I wish could have lasted forever, and I wish I could have been a part of for what felt like forever. So if this is a moment that you wish you could feel like you're a part of forever, then I encourage that, because I think that moments do deserve to last for forever. And I think that if we're going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies, then we should upload videos with a positive vibe about Descendants of Zombies instead of saying, okay, I think this is going to happen. I think this should have happened. That never happened. I think there are a lot of videos that really have never made any sense about Descendants of Zombies, because while it's been said that a story has been told and completed in just under 90 minutes, a story has had anything done but being told in just under 90 minutes and been completed. I think there's still so much of a story left to uncover, and there are thousands of supernatural characters and creatures yet to see their introduction into the Zombies franchise. There have been radio show hosts, there have been YouTubers saying they're running out of supernatural characters for the Zombies franchise to introduce us to, but if anything, there are far more supernatural characters with such a lore to see their introduction into the franchise. Just off Pirates alone, you could have 10 more Zombies movies coming at you. Disney Plus has an opportunity to capitalize on than ever before because of its popularity. Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires shot to number 1 because of everybody loving it to death. It received over 250 million hours of stream time in the 3 original trilogy movies to begin with, and Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires skyrocketed to superstardom overnight. The Snow Angels music video just received 58,000 likes in just under 48 hours. 58,000 likes in just under 48 hours. So then you think about how many Zombies fans there are out there on YouTube. There are 600,000 Descendants of Zombies fans out there on YouTube. So because there are 600,000 Zombies fans out there on YouTube, don't you think you guys have deserved far better for far long enough now, and it's about time somebody showed up on YouTube to actually show that same appreciation that you forever and always had for Descendants of Zombies that's forever and always remained within your hearts? I think it's about time. And the reason why people can't commentate on Descendants of Zombies is because they can't. They don't know how. They don't have the greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies. In all the reaction videos I've recorded, I've never once paused the video because I couldn't understand the concept of the Daywalkers and the Nightwalkers. There are people who record these reaction videos who have to go as far as to pause the video because they can't understand what a Daywalker and a Nightwalker is. It's a pretty duh kind of concept. It's pretty obvious more than ever before that a Daywalker is a vampire that can exist with the acid of a moonstone in the daylight. A vampire is a creature that's forever and always existed because of the power of the moonlight. Same thing with werewolves. I think that there is such an appreciation for this story. And I think that if you believe that something is going to happen in this franchise, then that should never be taken away with you and should forever and always remain with you. Because I think that every Descendants of Zombies fan is different, and that's what makes this so special. But in saying that, I don't think that everybody deserves to have their hope taken away from them that Zombies 5 is going to happen and this is the end. See you later, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And so many YouTube creators kind of choose to look at it that way. And I've never ever wanted this conversation to end. I've never wanted this story to be over. Because you've got to believe me. If you guys could get me in as the writer, producer, and director of Descendants of Zombies with 50,000 likes and 50,000 subscribers, this story would never be over. Because there's such a history that goes with vampires alone. There's a cure for vampirism. It's an actual disease if you actually do your history. So because there's a cure for vampirism, there's so much of a story that just could be created off of that alone. We saw that in the Vampire Diaries. And we saw so many storylines. We're up to 7 seasons in the Vampire Diaries and up to 5 movies in the Twilight Saga. So because we saw up to 5 movies in the Twilight Saga and up to 7 seasons, 225 episodes or something for the Vampire Diaries, and True Blood was a different story for a different time. I loved it so much, and I loved the chance to be a part of whatever I was a part of. So because you guys gave me the responsibility of being your voice of Descendants of Zombies, I just wanted to show the same respect that you guys have forever and always showed Descendants of Zombies, that has forever and always remained within each and every one of your hearts. It's just, I really wish that more YouTube creators would give this one a chance. Because when you just say that Zombies 5 is going to happen in 2028, that's what you want people to believe who are fans of Zombies 5. I mean, Zombies 5 could happen as early as 2026. I mean, there's already a rumor floating around online, if you haven't already heard it, that Zombies 5's production is going to commence in 2026. So that will give them a year to shoot it. And by the time the year is up, we could see a release window suggesting 2027, as early as January or February of 2027, because the first Zombies movie happened in February of 2018, a couple of days after Valentine's Day, and that was the worst Valentine's Day of my life. Oh, woe was me. But I had the chance to watch Zombies, and it made my Valentine's Day a whole lot better than it originally started. So because my Valentine's Day was a whole lot better because of Zombies, I've been talking about Zombies ever since. And I like to believe I've made a lot of people happy because of my opinion that I've shared with each and every one of you about Descendants of Zombies. Because it's all about how much of a chance you want to give Zombies. And if you want to believe Zombies 5 is going to happen, then so be it. Zombies 5 will happen. Because I'm here to tell you that if you believe Zombies 5 is going to happen, then so it will. We just don't know what the storyline is going to detail or what's inside of this vortex. Obviously, it's something that can kill you. We know that. But the thing is, even though it's something that can kill you, that's what makes this so fun. Because I've always wanted to be a part of the Zombies franchise, and I wanted to be a part of these action movies because it looks so cool. Don't worry about Jonathan Clarke having his own stunt double or needing his own stunt double, because Jonathan Clarke performs his own stunts. And Jonathan Clarke thinks being a part of the Zombies franchise, taking on thousands of zombies, or whatever supernatural characters they want to throw at me inside of this thing, I'm ready to go. And that's one thing you guys got to know. And much less it would be the funniest Zombies movie that you ever saw in your life. Because I love to entertain through the power of recording videos. Because I believe that if you just sit here and you talk about Descendants of Zombies and you don't give people a reason to believe in zombies more than ever before, then what's the point or the purpose of ever recording a video about Descendants of Zombies? You really got to bring your A game. And you really got to be on point. And you've got to believe in these franchises as much as the people watching your videos do and have for the last decade, because it's been an incredible decade and an incredible journey that I will never, ever forget. I just never had the opportunity to ride a noble steed through the forests of Oregon or attend Seabrook High and try out for the football team, which I know I would never have a chance of ever making. But the thing is, these franchises have offered me inspiration and given me incentive to create all these wonderful videos for people. I've even thought about signing up for a job at Five Nights at Freddy's, which I initially thought was only created for a video game. I never ever thought it was a real place. I live 5 minutes away from Five Nights at Freddy's in a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode, but, I mean, unfortunately, I'm the only one crazy enough to do it, so at least that's the reason why this YouTube channel is so popular, because people believe in Descendants of Zombies as much as what I have over the last at least 10 years. It's been an incredible decade, and one decade that I would go back in time just to experience all over again. Because the greatest honor of my life was having the honor of meeting so many wonderful fans who felt so passionate, ever so passionate, about Descendants of Zombies. Do I believe that your favorite stars deserve to be criticized? Most certainly not. Definitely not. Because when Kylie Control posted a video at 6:30 a.m. this morning local time about how she had a gap in her teeth and she feels she needs to explain to people why she had a gap in her teeth and what kind of surgical procedure she had to undergo. I mean, who cares about the gap in the teeth of Kylie Control? I mean, how rude do you have to be? The thing is, Kylie Control is a beautiful person. And that's what I see every single time that I look at Kylie Control. A beautiful person who has a beautiful smile regardless of the gap in her teeth. She even openly admits to having a gap in her teeth during her performances of the Red character at the Worlds Collide Tour. And I'm saying to myself, this girl is showing so much heart and so much dedication. She's the reason me putting $5,000 behind this YouTube channel. So because she's the reason that I put $5,000 behind this YouTube channel, I think somebody's going to subscribe. Because I love Kylie Control just as much as what each and every one of you do, and I recognize that passion. And I believe that passion deserves to have more of a chance taken on it than perhaps ever before. Because I think that when we're talking about Kylie Control, the least we can do is give her hope for the foreseeable future, to know that she's going to do a fantastic job as Red in Descendants 5 Book Wonderland. I don't care what characters you bring into this franchise. They're going to do a fabulous job regardless. 10s across the board. Leomani Segura's coming in as her sister Pink, and a lot of people think that Pink is going to steal Red's thunder, but I've never once believed that, because she's always had this heart and dedication unlike anybody that I've ever seen be a part of the Descendants franchise. And I'll talk more about this tomorrow on my podcast tomorrow morning, because I think that we've seen so many people come and go through the doors of Descendants and Zombies. The cast has always seemed to be a revolving door. By Descendants 1 and 2, by Descendants 2, Uma saw her introduction into the franchise, and she became so revered and one of the only characters to ever reprise her role. You would have thought by now Evie would have reprised the role of anybody, because of how passionate she was about that character and how she brought her to life. And so many people have been hoping and banking on Dove Cameron for forever, but we haven't seen her for forever, because she's closed the door on her Disney past and never wants to revisit it. I think this cast of The Rise of Red deserves to have more of a chance taken on it, and more of a respect shown to it, because so many people believe in it. And with the times, we too have to change with the times. And I know that's very difficult for a lot of people to hear, but the thing is, with the times as they change, we too have to change with the times. And I think that's what's so fun about being a fan of Descendants and Zombies. It's how much you believe in it. From the very first moment I laid eyes on this cast, I knew a chance deserved to be taken on them. And I didn't go on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb.com and write a review because I'm a columnist about how I felt about Descendants and Zombies, or how it made me feel, or how it upset me, like thousands of people did. If I was writing a review about Descendants and Zombies, I was writing a review with positive vibes, because I think that never enough positivity is shown to Descendants and Zombies, and it's seen its fair share of criticism, which it never deserved. Ruby Rose Turner premiered in Descendants, and she was so excited to be Bridget. She was so excited to illustrate what a profound impact bullying can have on a person, and how it can change a person's life. And I understood that, and I got Ruby Rose Turner's message. The more kindness that we show in this lifetime, the better off we're all going to be, and the more friends we're going to have. Because the best piece of advice my mom ever gave me is that you don't need a whole lot of friends in this lifetime. All you need are 3 really good friends. And if you have 3 or 4 really good friends that you can keep for the rest of your lifetime, for the remainder of it, and then you've got something special to be thankful for. And I like to believe that we have become the best of friends because of Descendants and Zombies, because we believe in these franchises so much. And I just want to say thank you so much from my heart to yours for allowing me to be a part of your life, to the families and the friends who watch these videos together, or even if you just watch these videos by yourself, trying to figure out your place in the world. Just know that Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 are going to happen, and it's going to be a brand new trilogy that's going to be something to be really excited about, and I'm just excited to be a part of it just as you are for the foreseeable future. So if you will allow me to be your voice of Descendants and Zombies for just a little while longer and smash that subscribe button, I promise you I will never go away, nor will I ever let you down. Because way too many people have promised you videos leading you false hope and giving you false hope for Descendants and Zombies for far long enough now. They are fake trailers, videos with misleading information. I get that. You guys obviously love this YouTube channel because you see an appreciation coming from the host of the show. And I've always wanted to showcase that for each and every one of you. And I've always wanted to go above and beyond the requirements of every other YouTube creator to give you the best Descendants and Zombies videos that you can ever find. And thankfully for you guys, you now have a Descendants and Zombies podcast that is dedicated to uploading the videos that you've known and you've come to appreciate for a very long time. So off of that, I would just like to say thank you so much for having believed in this YouTube channel. As much fun as I've had creating these videos for each and every one of you. And there are more great videos on the way where this one came from, because one should believe that Zombies 5 is going to happen when we just don't know. The latest rumored release window is suggesting 2028, which feels like forever away. Okay, cool. All that means is I'm just going to have to upload Descendants and Zombies videos for the rest of my life, which I have no problem doing. I've dedicated the rest of my life to uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies for those of you who may not know this. So because I've dedicated the rest of my life to uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies in hopes of becoming a full-time YouTube creator, which is a long way away from ever happening, oh my God, I will do that for each and every one of you, even if it means Zombies 5 doesn't happen for another 5 years. We've got a long way to go. And I would love for you guys to come along with me on this incredible journey, which I feel like I've been on forever because of you, which I've loved being on because I've had the most fun of my entire life, meeting each and every one of you and talking about Descendants of Zombies. But I think the greatest honor, aside from talking about Descendants of Zombies, has forever and always been with meeting each and every one of you, because you guys become some of my greatest friends. Man, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown each and every one of these videos. We will talk more about Descendants of Zombies tomorrow morning. Until then, keep Descendants of Zombies and kindness in your heart, because kindness goes a long way in this world. There is never enough of it seen, but because of Descendants of Zombies fans, you guys make making these videos worth it every single time. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Smash those buttons and show your love and support for Descendants of Zombies, because we still have a long way to go, because one should believe that this story is far, far from over. Thank you so much for watching this video.